This is the first time I'm speaking today, but I just felt called to come on here and just say, we are the only things genuinely getting in our way. For the past couple of weeks, I've caught myself being in my own way. I realized a lot of what's happening around me, my internal world will create scenarios and create fear and just kind of jeopardize my ability to stay present and to enjoy what is currently in front of me. And I've always deemed myself as an anxious girly and an overthinker and all those sort of things. But lately I'm really realizing the power my body is reacting more than my mind. And of course we all know the things where it says, oh, our body is just reacting this way because like back in the caveman times, we have to anticipate fear. We have to always be on the lookout to be hunted and hunt like animals trying to hunt us, and our nervous system always being triggered and always being active, being in survival mode. But I'm really realizing how, to a certain extent, every single day, something triggers my nervous system. It makes me feel unsafe. It makes me feel as though I'm being hunted by a tiger or something. Once I've been really actively taking the time to slow down and sit with the feelings and actually like communicate with myself, doing a lot of communication with myself, and I'm realizing where they're stemming from, where they're coming from. And once we start doing that, we can actually, counteract it and give ourselves what we need in those moments. A lot of us tend to look towards external environments, external people to make us feel better. Say, for example, I'm in a healthy relationship at the moment, right? Well, not like, you know what I mean? I'm in a healthy relationship now. And in the past, I've been in many unhealthy situations, right? And there'll be nothing going on, right? Nothing going on. But then all of a sudden, I take a shift in one, I see one less exclamation mark over text, or a little more gaps in the day with our communication, and my body just turns on fire. My body's freaking out, my body's anticipating something bad happening, my body is telling me to like get into action, prepare, right? Prepare for him to leave, prepare for something really, really bad to happen, right? And granted, as I'm communicating with myself, in the past, mind you, your body is not crazy. In the past, I'm sorry, I don't know, I'm using my blush brush as a prop, but in the past, our body has had the evidence before. Your body remembers the scary situations, right? So when something looks similar to what happened before, your body's like, hey, this has happened before. Let's prepare. I want to protect you. I don't want you to feel this pain again, But we have to take the time to really remind our body. I keep using the word body because, so I learned recently our amygdala. It was really affirming when I was learning this in a podcast. Our amygdala sometimes will make our body react before our mind can even catch up. At first, like throughout time, I always thought like, okay, like I see something, I start talking a lot, and that's what makes me scared. Like I thought it was like, oh, that can't happen. Of course, you will go out, you will like, maybe this happened. Oh, maybe they're laughing at me. And then you start getting really emotional or something. Like I thought it was thoughts first, body second, which can't happen. But I learned that it's very automatic, and that the amygdala can just make our bodies in situations just react, and then our mind has to catch up. So have you ever like smelled something from like that reminded you of your past, or seen something, like seeing someone who looks like a certain person who's triggering to us? Our bodies like remembers that, and our bodies like see something, we're like, and our body starts freaking out, and then our mind's like, wait, our mind tries to make sense of it, and that's when our mind's like, oh my gosh, that looks like the person who hurt us, or oh my gosh, that's when it adds all together and creates this panic, whatever. So bringing it back to the amygdala, it's really affirming to realize that it's automatic. Sometimes it's automatic for these responses to happen, and it's natural. Of course, we know why, the origin from way back when, back in BC, whatever, that we were programmed to assume danger, assume these situations so we can protect ourselves and survive and skedaddle, Hence the beginning of flight or fight, not fight or flight and all that sort of thing. But now, we're not in the caveman times. We're relatively safe majority of the time, and seeing someone at the grocery store who looks like your ex is not the same as a tiger chasing you, But that's when we have to incorporate those moments during, after, where we're just like, okay, Isabel, okay, whoever, I'm feeling reactive right now, and you try to make sense of it. Okay, that person reminds me of that person, and that reminds me of that situation. Okay. Well, reminding yourself you're safe. And for me lately, I've been doing lots of progressive muscle relaxation exercises, and that's like, you can look that up. There's a bunch on YouTube. and my therapist does it with me as well, where we like tighten up certain parts of your body. Maybe you like raise your eyebrows and you tighten up here, you make fisty squeeze, and then you let go, and I can physically feel the anxiety leaving my chest. Like, I'll be like, oh my gosh. And then like, because I know I adore meditation, that really does help me calm my nervous system down and like calm my mind down more so. But I needed more somatic based practices involving my body, involving like movement, so I can release that energy and release that stagnant energy, because nowadays I'm really realizing more of my anxiety is physical, tangible, not tangible, but like it feels like it's actually weighing on me. So when I have those body reactions first, it makes sense, you know, to do body exercises to release them. So I'll do progressive muscle relaxation exercises, walking meditations, crying. You know, crying is really good for you. I hope you know that. It's like, because when I'm sometimes crying like uncontrollably, and like I just feel like my body is like, it's kind of releasing. Your body is releasing lots of excess energy that it has. And with that, afterwards, have you noticed you're like, ooh, that was a good cry. That was a good ass cry, you know? So with that, realizing overall, sometimes like I know some, like I said, we really get in our own way. And I said that I made that at the beginning because I made that the intro, because as a reminder of like, we're not just a victim to our environment. The world is not a scary place. Oh yes, it is.